What up, YouTube? It's your boy Zai. You already know what time it is, man. But you know what? Like I said, I haven't really been uploading videos just due to other personal reasons. For the most part, YouTube blocks a lot of my stuff that I have put up, and it's just a headache just going through the whole. Should I put something up? Shouldn't I? Like, is somebody gonna get offended and try to strike my channel? Not that I really care about whether or not people mad at what I say, but I just tend to, go through this in my head in order to either push me to do it out of just not giving a, you know what I mean, or to just refrain from doing it because it's really not worth it, and it's just, it'll cause more drama than do good. So I just refrain from doing it. But what I wanted to talk about is this. Everybody on social media is so worried about, what's going on with this person and what is this person wearing and how many M's does this person got. And it's funny because at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter how many M's you got, because I mean, you can be a millionaire and still not be a millionaire. If let me just tell you what I mean by that. Like, just because you got 4 or 5 M's, to a street person, that's a lot of money, unless you like a big, dealer. That's a lot of money, but that's on a street level. But when you're dealing with people that have old money with major influence, your money ain't to them. They'll wipe their ass with your 5 million, and then raise you a few. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. They blow that stuff on the regular, so that to them it's nothing. And the whole reason I bring this up is because the people that really control the narrative and everything that takes place in the world have real money, not this bullshit that people on the street feeling like they have some type of word. Like, these people have real power, and they can decimate your whole spot with just a few words, get your whole street. That's why when they're like, oh yeah, you can't stop gangs, you can't stop this. Oh, they could stop it, they just choose not to. It's the same with the little pushback they would get on the street level as far as like gangsters and gang members and stuff. That means absolutely nothing to them, because for the most part, there's a lot of fools that can't even shoot a gun without holding it sideways, or they have guns that really have no real accuracy. They're like Dracos and all them type of guns. There's no accuracy on them unless you're close up, and for the most part, you're doing it to like get people to get up off of you. It's a deterrent, like shooting a 25 or a 22. But I don't want to go too far down the rabbit hole. What I'm saying is the people that run this country are setting everybody up for failure. A lot of people, while you're focusing on who's wearing this new fashion, are not really paying attention to what's taking place at this moment, as far as like the laws that they've been passing, the laws that they put out there in order to spark a flame. But what you ain't understanding is that thing that called a major stir is not even what they're doing. It's the thing up under that's they're trying to get past. And if you're not necessarily paying attention to or up on your politics, which people tend to equate that with the man and all this other stuff, but it's like, if you're not up on your politics, you're not going to understand some of the bills that's been placed before this and before that, the whole legislative branches. And you have to really dig. A lot of us went to school and didn't pay attention to a lot of things, but if you don't know nothing about it, then you won't know that certain, outside of the abortion laws, other laws have been passed allowing them to enact certain laws, and for them to erase certain things, as far as like the freedom of speech. They're trying to squash that, so you won't be able to speak the truth when the truth needs to be put out there. You got Biden's his administration right now. The feds blocked a certain thing, said that it's unconstitutional for them to try to squash our speech, as far as like the right to speak on certain things. They're trying to overturn it and be allowed to tell us to shut up, and if we don't, then to put us in jail. There's another thing, as far as like with this new pandemic. A lot of people think that the next pandemic is going to be way out. Like, for the most part, people that are in the know that it's coming soon. As far as like vaccines, the whole putting now they stepping on all these farmers and not giving them the money that they need, or stopping them from, doing certain things unless they put that certain in their food. So regardless of what you wanted, you have to take the vaccine anyway. They all this stuff has been placed before. Whoever is placed before, I'm not going to go into it because a lot of people ain't going to understand anyway unless the people that focus on it. And it's got passed because a lot of people weren't privy of it, or they knew but they just didn't really pay attention because all they heard was numbers. But and then you also got to look at the whole transgender movement. Like, you got to ask yourself, why are they putting them out there so much? Like, it's like, when the whole racist thing, little by little they trickled in, a black couple with a friend that had a biracial relationship, and maybe kissed this black fool. Then it's like, okay, well, then it was acceptable by a white male to kiss a black woman. It's like, okay, it's nothing, they're the man. Then little by little they start desensitizing it because they start having white actresses kiss black males. I mean, I'm old enough to have seen it come, and and seen where it was going. Now, but with the whole transgender movement, like, don't get me wrong, like, it's two different things. Like, people like to lump them all into one group, but you have a lot of groups out there that are pushing back against this whole pedophilic and pedophilic is the wrong word, I'm assuming, but they're pushing back against pedophiles. They're exposing their own. Like, if you come, they're saying in not so many words, well, actually they're just stating it straight out. Like, if you're a male, you're just a male, you're a gay male. And if you are a lesbian, then you're a female that messes with women, but you're still a woman. There's no getting over that. Like, it's just, it is what it is. It's science and it's just reality. And a lot of these people don't live in reality. If I can look at a man and see a full beard, not he shaved, but a full beard, and and only dressing the part in order to do certain things, like, that seems more mental health to me than somebody that actually, you had another guy that was on social media. I think I still got the clipping. This dude was breastfeeding a kid. There's no milk coming out of there. Like you're breastfeeding a kid. Then they find out later on, they show other pictures where he's putting nipple clamps on his chest because he gets off on it. So it only makes you not only assume but see, like, the clear picture that this dude gets off on this. Like, it's nothing nurturing about him allowing a child to suckle on his nipples. Like, that's why we were created male and female. I don't care what people try to subdivision the genders, and if you identify as an animal, it is what it is. You got this other group now that they took the, even if you're not religious, they took the whole Bible and twisted and implemented certain things, and saying that God was homosexual and that Jesus was homosexual and that his partner, like, just changing the whole narrative entirely. Like, people gotta see the agenda. You gotta see what they're doing, and the powers that be are allowing it because it's desensitizing us to certain. A lot of them, those are pedophiles themselves, if not all of them. But they're doing it to desensitize you. They're doing it to take your focus off something that's taking place. I get it. Like, people want to be, open about it. Like, it's nothing against gay people. Like, I have a few gay friends, but that's them. They live their life, but they're not sugarcoating, and they're not getting on here and saying, oh, well, I identify as a female. Like, when they know that they're a fucking man. It's like, it's something in the brain that's not aligning right for you to assume that. Like, no matter what, a female will always be a female and a male will always be a male. And whether you are a male that likes males or a female that likes females, that's your thing, but that's your sexuality. This whole non-binary and oh, well, today I woke up and I feel like a cat in a litter box. Like, that's fetish and some other stuff. Oh, make me call you by certain pronouns. Like, to be honest, like, I can address a person the way they want me to address them with respect, but making the way they got it now is, if you choose not to do that, there's a real consequence. So you can lose your job. You get ostracized in the media. Like, I'm sure there's a lot of people, and I'm sure YouTube might eventually rip this video down because people are going to consider bullying. But I'm just then you see absolutely everything that's taking place, and hopefully somebody will open their eyes and start seeing that all these little pages that are exposing this are trying to get you ready for what's coming. This country is going to burn. It eventually, if things don't go a certain way, it's going to burn. They had a revolution before. They had their little civil wars. People are pushing for that. Like, if you just outrightly showing your weighing and my kid is out there, I'm going to do something to you. I don't care if you're celebrating your Pride Week, whatever. If you got your junk out and my kid's right there, I'm going back to prison. Straight out. Why? Because you should not be doing it. You should have enough respect. If you want me to respect, you should have enough respect than to prance your little naked, bony little ass in front of my kids. Like, you're asking to get erased. People can take it as hate. Like, I don't have, like I said, I have nothing against gay, but I got problems with people that over sexualize things, that want to just put it all in my, you know, my kid's face and make them wonder why you're out there butt naked with a kid next to you. Like, it's things of that nature. Like, I see it's coming. People were tolerant, but now it's like people are taking it back to where it used to be, where people were outright beating people up and doing things. Like, I'm surprised that there's been no mass shooters go to their, like you got these people that bomb parades and stuff like that. Like, I'm surprised nobody has got fed enough to go do that. And hopefully they don't. Hopefully the people that do perpetuate this, you know, weirdness, and even though they know that the country's on the precipice of outright war, you would hope they refrain before somebody does take it up on themselves to start erasing them. You know what I mean? People are not dealing with pedophiles. They're not dealing with you in their kid's face. They're not dealing with none of this weird stuff on the magazine, you teaching kids how to have sex with grown people. This is not no secret, and this is not falsification. This is actual fact. Books being found in elementaries, in a library of all places. These authors and everything should be held accountable. Like, people know me for being controversial and just being outright grimy. This is just real stuff. Like, when you get to a certain age, you got to start addressing this head on. You can't allow this to continue to play out. And just a warning for some of you people that perpetuate this, they're going to come for you eventually. They're going to come for you, and you ain't going to have no get back, because you ain't going to survive the incident. People are frustrated. Do not mess with people's kids, because if you do, you're going to get pushback. People wanted this. Like, you wanted acceptance, you got it. Now you're trying to make us, bind us to some weird contract with the devil or whatever you weirdos proclaim. Like, you're trying to make us see what's not there. Like, you cannot make me see a woman when I know that you're a man. Like, and it's not even hating on you, but the way you're going about it, I'm a bigot, this fool's a bigot, you're a bigot, because you discriminate against anybody that does not align with your beliefs. We may accept it, but we don't align with your beliefs. It's your life to live, but if you force it in our face, you're going to get pushback. And that's what's happening right now. You see it little by little. It's on that precipice. Even a government knows. Like, and I think that's what they want. They want unrest. And anytime we address subjects like this, they come with the racism and everything else to blind you from what's taking place. We not only at spiritual warfare, we at war, period. And it ain't with the people you would assume from other countries. We at war with each other, because at the end of the day, there's just certain ways that we see things and certain ways that life should go, and these people are taking it to a whole nother level. These dudes are not even, they're not gay, they're not homosexual, they're not lesbians. These fuckers are pedophiles and mental cases. You cannot tell me different. These dudes got mental issues, and the only thing to address that is something that I just won't even state. Anyways, man, I'm your boy Zada. I'm gonna continue putting that shit out there, and even though I don't upload as much, man, just know that YouTube will block a lot of this one. Probably gonna get taken down for bullying. I will appeal it, but most likely it's gonna get shot down. You know what I mean? Be vigilant, pay attention, gangster or not, know what's up, man, know your politics, and I'm out.